You go ahead. That's what
every day, girl. Every day.
Every single day.
And
Good morning to you.
We are here. Good morning.
Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Good morning
to you. Okay. So it is Thursday morning.
Thriving Thursday. It's
Thriving Thursday. Oh, you like my nails, honey? I was sitting in there looking at my pile. I said, I'm about to glue me some nails on today.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Can y'all see?
Do y'all see those? Bling, bling. And they nice.
And it make my rings look even better?
Yes, the bling bling. Every time I go in my hair, say they
bling bling.
Come on now.
Thank you, Amazon.
Come on now.
For making me keep up with the Joneses. That's what I'm not about to pay. It's $100 nails. I'm not doing that. Especially with these. You see, there's a stone on every nail, honey. They'll be charging you $100 or something for that in there.
You would have paid for that.
Back in the day, we used to get our nails done. It was like $40, $45. Now, I was in New York now. Don't get me wrong. I was in the city of competition. And where there's competition, there are great prices. Let me tell you.
Now, that part, because I used to pay $15 for my washing set.
Yeah, right.
It was dirt cheap. It was going every week or every week and a half or something. Like, I give my hair that 2 weeks, but
yeah,
maybe, but it was like
because our grandma used to go get her blowout from the Dominicans. I think they had their special every Wednesday for like $15.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm talking about that good blow, that blowing in the wind kind of blow.
They charging like down here, it was not New York prices.
Today's prices are not. Now we gotta give them some time to get in. I wonder where is she at now? I was getting calls like, where are y'all? I'm like, we're coming. I had no excuses, honey. I got caught watching that Dear Wifey podcast.
You know, if you having me lit. Oh, we on that different creamer.
Yeah, we ran out of cream today.
Y'all remember that big creamer? Well, it has finally ran
its course.
It has ran its course.
Why am I even doing that? I don't own that.
And we no longer.
I ain't even sipped the drink. This is Appalachian sipping cream, banana pudding. So we was adding some cream to this. And I swear this time, I have gained like 20 pounds, girl. Since my damn fast. So after Essence graduation,
so you lose it, but you gain it. It comes right back.
Mine fluctuate.
You
know, I hibernate in the winter, so I store up the food, and then when the spring
comes, me the food now, so y'all better watch.
When the spring comes, but because I know the system, I tell myself when I get off, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna follow rules. I'm gonna stay away from sugar, which is the number one killer, y'all. I'm sorry, it is. And then next thing I know, 2 weeks later, old habits creeping one day at a time. Next thing I know, I'm filling up the jeans back like I used to. So anyway, but we have a trip.
Painted on her chest.
We have a trip in June. Now Chef Ron likes it. It looks,
of course,
it fits.
I like it.
It's.
I like it.
But I'm thick.
Yeah,
to say the least.
I like you like that.
Thick to say the least. So anywho,
my body I'm gonna get right back to how I'm supposed to be.
Listen, so my body keep on going back to its natural habitat, which is, girl, you got 5 kids. You act like your body it's got elasticity. They go like this, they go like that. It's already used to it. It's so used to being this size and then that size. So anywho, I said, good morning, Nancy.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning.
So I definitely said I'm going to start I'm going to do a 21-day fast again before June. And so Essence graduates May 5th. If you guys have not got it, I'm going to post I'm going to post her information because I be missing people. So if you're interested in celebrating Essence is graduating on May 6th, May 5th is her graduation, but that's in Greensboro. But we will be having a celebration on May 6th in Charlotte. So I'm going to post her thing because, just in case there are people that, that I don't have on my phone, that I forget to tell you. Gonna post the information, and if you're interested, then you got my number or you got my messenger, and you could send me a message, and then I can send you the address. So yeah, we're not posting the address, but
no reason.
If you're interested and you don't already know where it is, and I post it, and you message me, and I know you like that, and you know Essence.
That part.
Or she has a wish list, and if you're not in town or you can't come down and you would like to sew into her new chapter as a college graduate, she is first generation on
first gen
for the great grands. No, the grands on my on both sides, my husband's side and my side. She's the first generation graduate. On my husband's side, I didn't go to college. He started, he didn't finish. I think his daddy started, didn't finish. His mom didn't go. So on his side, on my side, my mom went and one of my sisters went. But for the grandkids, she's the first gen. So yes. I'm so excited because everybody will be in town. It'll be like a family reunion again. Plus one because we got a semi, which was awesome. For Asia's baby shower 2 weeks ago, and now we're about 3 weeks. Now we're gonna reboot, and even Emmy is coming. So she got away. Your Emmy, your twin, your birthday twin.
Oh, we about to turn.
Well, you already know, honey. She been wanting to turn up for daggone. She been trying to get down her for over the years. So she almost 2 years now. So this is gonna be so fun for us. And it's Cinco de Mayo that Friday. So I'm gonna have all the siblings in town. So we definitely gonna take a picture. If anybody who is already going to the graduation, and I just found a thing for t-shirts, and they'll say Essence 2023 Grad Squad. So if you want to get a t-shirt, $20. You can cash at me $20. If you're interested, let me know. So that I have everything ready by next week so that we can show up for the graduation and the graduation party, because the graduation party is like a backyard barbecue, a little cute thing vibe. So we can wear the t-shirts for both, because she's thinking about wearing just her alumni shirt and a cute pair of jeans and a cute sandal. So I'm like, okay, I have a mom shirt and dad shirt, but for the graduation, we're going to do t-shirts. And for $5 extra, you can put in bling on the back. It's going to be vinyl on the front, but you could do bling on the back for $25, and you could put Godma, or you could put, I'm going to have mom on mine. You could put auntie. So simple stuff like that. So if for extra $5, you can do who you are on the back. So the front will be we Essence Squad, but on the back it'll say Magba, auntie,
y'all gonna have kid sizes?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. I just ordered a whole bunch of trends. So when y'all cash at me, y'all would in the cash app, y'all or PayPal, Zelle, whatever you want to do. In the what's name line, you would say kids small. Just in that comment line, and I don't know, subject line. So whatever size shirt you need to put it in that subject line when you send the money. And if it's an extra $5, I know what you want. I know you want God. I'll just say what you want. You can put Godma on it, whatever you want to put on the bag. Let me know. That'll be in bling in the front of me vinyl. So that'll be so in the back it'll have you in. So this gonna be cute. I'm just thinking about the pictures we could take at graduation, looking like a squad in there.
God, you guys turn around and be like,
So I'm gonna tell Diamond, because I think, I don't know but they'll probably want to wear it for the graduation party. Cousin, whatever.
Big aunt.
So, or as I have enough to make 40. So first come, first serve.
Okay.
You understand?
Gotcha.
So
I understand.
I had to put. You understand? I got enough to make 40. After that,
I understand.
It's over. Because I had to get it pre-order. I had to do all that. So now, if you want it, I just had to make sure it gets here. So I can't be waiting for everybody to be. So it's all done and set, and all that'll be in by Monday. All that stuff will come in on the 2nd. So now I'll be able to make the shirts. So I'm gonna order the size shirts. I'll get all that done this weekend. So the shirts will be in by Monday. So when I'm ready to do the transfer, I could do that on probably Wednesday. I could do that on Wednesday, because then I can even go live doing it, talking. So keep me some company while I'm doing it. Okay, because Nelly gonna need one, right? She definitely gonna need one.
No, honey. They gonna be like,
because that girl.
I told you, you need some sugar with. Oh, you can't have the sugar, shit, girl. But
you ain't got no honey.
Yeah, I got honey.
So I'm definitely not doing sugar. Like I said, I haven't like just eaten sugar since I did my fast. So I be trying to just use agave, and I'm out of agave. We out of cream. We out of everything. Y'all listen. If you want to sponsor and send us creamers. If you got a special coffee that you think we should try, please message us and send us to the P.O. Box. 39095. P.O. Box, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28278. You can certainly send
that part. If you would like us to feature your coffee or your creamer or anything special, we will take sponsorship.
We will definitely.
We definitely
show it here.
Show it to the audience.
Your tea,
and get it out there for you, honey. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning. Yes, because we do appreciate y'all topics that y'all put. If you haven't put your topic in there, make sure you put a topic in here today. If you think of a topic, definitely put it in the comments.
We got a good topic today from Queen Michelle yesterday.
Queen Michelle yesterday gave us
She should have got in on yesterday on us. You know, she had a day off. I love to get her energy in the. I don't think so. Wait, did Byron go to the store? Did he leave? Yeah. I hope I hear him come back. Y'all had to get dressed.
Oh no, he called me. Sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, go find out what kind of listen. I need that creamer, honey. I need agave. Tell him to get a little agave while he's in there. Get some agave, Byron. But anyway, today's topic is what was it again? I know it's about teachers. Should teachers be able to let me get my volume down. Should teachers be able to should teachers fight back? I knew it was something. So Michelle was saying yesterday that a great topic to have is the question is, should teachers fight back? So I don't know if you guys have seen all the different videos of the disrespectful kids, oh my God, that are actually attending school these days. Like, I mean, back in the day, you know, you might have one or two unruly kids, but the level of disrespect that we are living in right now, I say, listen, you know what I say? Mamas, go get your kids. Daddy, go get your kids. Kids, go get your mamas. Kids, go get your daddies. It's like everybody gotta be each other's accountability. It's crazy. She talking about, I got Cass in a little, so let me get this out for now.
What you got to say,
let me get in a little, so let me get this now, honey. I'm telling you, that is a interesting question. I said personally, okay, here we go. Go ahead.
That's why I couldn't be a teacher. Because if you swing on me, I'm going to beat your ass, and then I'm going to beat your mama ass. Oh, and y'all can take this job. Correct.
Oh, they going to do more than take a job, and you going to jail. But is it worth going to jail? Is it worth going to jail? Because you definitely going to jail. But this is what I'll say.
What's the consequences of the damn child? That's why I'm like, you going to jail, and then say that again. Oh, say that.
She's talking about what? She's talking about what? No, I don't know if she's talking about Star. She probably definitely agrees with that kid getting their ass beat. I think that's what she's saying. Say it again. Or I don't know if she's saying you going to jail. Say it again, but I don't know which one because both can be true. Oh yes, send me to jail because y'all ass got me all the way after that part.
This is a raw and cut coffee and conversation.
Yeah, you going to jail. You going to jail. You definitely going to jail, but you gotta be willing But it depends. Like I said, I think
Kids,
so. I'm cool with the jumpsuits until they put it on you.
until you be in there for a couple of days.
No, listen, I'm saying, I think technically it really depends on the age of the child. It really depends.
What
So
has the
if
age
you're
been lately?
I mean, I'm thinking that most of the time is these the ones I see is more so high school.
Okay.
High school kids.
Okay.
You don't even see them jumping hard in no daggone college because they know they paying for that education, right?
Oh, yeah.
Most of these kids in school don't even want to be there. So
we all grown.
You already on their shit list because it's like, okay, I don't even want to listen to you. My mama and my daddy say I have to come. Matter of fact, my parents don't even say I gotta come.
Hauling off in college like
the system says I have to come. So since truancy says I have to be here, is that what they used to call it? Truancy? Since truancy says I have to be here, I'm here, right? So I don't want to be here, and that's the energy they got with everybody.
Wait a minute. Arfay said, put your hands on me and I will open the can on you. Arfay don't be playing with nobody. She ain't playing with nobody.
She ain't playing with your mama.
Do you hear me? Mother, father, cousin, sister, brother.
She ain't playing
with y'all, all right?
And God forget they used to be words.
They got them hands. Don't play with her. Okay?
And she likes to use. Listen, she got them hands and likes to use them.
And will use them. And loves to use them. I wish it was good. Okay, that's her. She says when they yell World Star, I'm going off because I'm on camera. So you gonna know who this is.
Done. Oh, they gonna know all right. No, but like I said, I really think that it really depends on the age of the kid, right? Because I think I will react different even as a parent. I'm gonna be very upset if, from the parent's point of view, if you put your hands on my child, but I won't be upset if it's the idea of, hitting them back, right? We fighting, right? So if it's in high school and you look bigger.
Camera footage. I really hope it's
that's what I said. You want to see what happened. Otherwise, it's all beef. It's all beef. If you cannot physically see how disrespectful your child was being to cause somebody to react like a real human being responding to danger, because you're not going to put me in danger in no classroom. I'm not going to no job to be in danger. And it seems that part. So when it comes to me and me feeling safe or all of that, no, I'm not about to. You're not about to put your hands on me. But I'm saying with the younger kids, I think that you could kind of elementary, middle school, you can control them. Like, because for me, we're gonna fight, because if you're coming toward me, you can't come. You
already a threat to me, so
and like you hitting me. We're automatically fighting. Nobody's gonna accidentally punch me in my face ever. Yeah, you're never just gonna punch me in my face. That's just never gonna happen. Because if you're coming to me and we got a problem, then I'm already thinking that we about to fight. So I can't even. So it's definitely going to be a fight if we're in high school and I say something and you're coming my way as if with all that rah. Because I
already know what it is.
Right. So if the child is at a thing where I can grab them, I will probably grab them and be like, let me tell you, this ain't what you want. Right. This ain't what you want. So when I let you go, I suggest you go back and take your seat or go home. So you will have a warning. So I hope that World Star, the warning is taken. Okay? Yep. Because after the warning, it's another story. So I'm going to be as professional as I can, given the circumstance. Like if you're coming at me, mauling me, there's no time to talk. But if you're coming and you talking in my face, this is my time to let you know that I ain't the teacher in English and I ain't that teacher in the other class. Miss Paulin ain't gonna let you put your hands on me.
What you ain't gonna do is do me like that. I don't know who else you be letting get slide, but me, you ain't gonna do that.
That part. I think if you get punched in the face, it's a natural reaction to swing back. That's what I'm saying.
I think see how the people get spit on? Did you see that the lady spit on the girl? Who you sent me that video?
Oh that.
Oh, she whooped her. Girl, is you crazy?
Oh yeah, she whooped her A, didn't she?
That part.
She spit on her. Right, you can't spit.
Audacity.
Yeah, you can't spit.
circumstances may change the level of can openings.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when I'm sure that you guys can think of video. I know at least one video got sent to you where you saw a kid just out of compliance. Like just very disrespectful.
Off they
very
meds, for real.
That's a better off the meds, yeah?
Off they meds for real. So much you gotta make an example of the first kid who try and hit you. Cause if not, you gonna get punched in the students or you gonna get punched in by the students all year.
Oh yeah, that period.
Cause you the punk now. They like, oh yeah, she let her punch her dad in her face. Or she let her haul off and slap the shit.
I don't really think that the student is looking. Why she gonna say this? Now she put it the same way, like, you know, kids, girl, you get to the school, you gotta be the baddest one. Girl, yeah. And everybody know.
Because if you let them get away, all the kids gonna be like, oh yeah, Miss Paulin is a punk. You gonna be the talk of the school, and everybody gonna be trying you, girl.
Listen, but adults should not be even operating under peer pressure. If that
even work at that school no more.
Now we just went straight to Lean on Me. We went straight to Eastside High, where everybody in there is out of control. I don't think that you got to beat their ass or everybody in the class know you beat asses. I don't think we can go there.
Ain't got nothing on me.
Because ain't nobody gonna see you in the class after that. You ain't gonna be able to beat another kid because automatically they're going to enforce. The real question is it worth you losing your job to fight a kid? That's really what we're asking you. But it's still a job. They don't get paid and they still go there with them bully. If not getting paid mattered that much, they already had disrespectful kids from before that first kid came up there. That just didn't come out of nowhere. You're in a certain area. You got certain kids dealing with certain emotional things every day. I can honestly say that sometimes teachers don't hear kids, because when I was teaching in some of the harder schools in the high school, when I do my poetry with them and went through the community in schools to get them to go through self-love and and express.
That's what they need.
Yes, and they was expressing through poetry. Like so when I got these students, they were like, well, these students are always in trouble. These students, and now this is high school because this is 10th, 11th, even 12th grade. And these students are always this and always that. And I was like, okay, I'm fine. I can handle them. I feel like I have siblings. I came from New York. I got a bunch of things. I can handle the so-called bad students. Yeah. So I get these kids, right? And it's like, I probably had about 25 of them. And when I get these kids and we so we having our sessions in the lunchroom in the middle of the day so they know to come to the community and schools program. And so one of the things I had them do was they was like, they're unruly, they're this, they're that. So I was like, I was just telling them that they matter and that, I know that you go through stuff and people don't always see you and they expect you to go. And so I had them to this day, I have these poems in my keepsake box. But these kids wrote poems, right? And it was telling about, what people don't know about them. And let me tell you, I was reading poems of a kid who said she had a little brother that died, and she held him in her arms. There was a kid that spoke about abuse. There was a kid that was scared for her mom. When I read the poems of what nobody asked them, you understand? So I guess it's two sides to every story, because you assume that they're aggressive and they're unruly kids, but nobody asked them how your morning went. Nobody asked them what you're going through, right? And so that's why I said it really depends on the kid, and it really depends on the teacher, because if you don't want to be there anyway, you looking for a reason, but you do understand how you talk to them. And how you because in that classroom, they have a problem with everybody else. I didn't have not one problem with them. Not one. They came on time. They always did. And I was giving them homework. That was homework. You understand what I'm saying? And they came back and they were so excited. And it was like a 6-week program. But even certifying them and putting their stuff together and stuff like that, it was like, I see you. I celebrate you and all of that different stuff. But what I realized is that a lot of times they are aggressive because they've only seen aggressiveness, right? They think everybody's out to get them, that nobody cares about them. None of these damn teachers in here care about us, right? Because you know that when you get that one teacher that showed a little bit of a care, you can have the ratchetest of kids that'll be like, oh no, they'll be in there clean. And you be like, well, because everybody just want to be valued and validated. So I understand that we react like, because even as a teacher, our reaction is like, girl, I'll beat my own kids that you won't put your, so everybody still goes out of ego, you know, and defense and less out of servitude, right? And so you just got to imagine that the kid that is that out, there's so many things missing. So it is easier to fight, right? But I think that if you're passionate about it, you know, you may try to find a way to avoid that they're going to fight.
That's your job at home. I can't damn teach. And then you trying to be all in one and you never get the damn lesson taught and you get penalized for that because now the whole class is behind. You behind on your lessons. So it's a lot for a teacher as well.
It's a lot.
Trying to be a mom, a counselor, everything in the damn classroom. And then a punishment, I mean, you know, what do you call that? When confrontations on top of that, it's like, it's a lot.
And guess what? Nobody goes to training for a school, even as a student, right? Because if you think about it, a school day is an 8-hour day. That's a work day, isn't it? They prepare them to come to work. Come on, let's think about it. They get quick 30-minute lunch. Where they eating like this, they can't talk. You ever go eat lunch with your kids? It's structuring them to be. You understand what I'm saying? In a system. And even when you start in the job, most time they're like, okay, this is what you do. This is the training. This is this. You get them comfortable and acclimated. Like kids are just thrust in no matter what their day looks like, no matter what their life is like, no matter what they experience. What's that say? You want to read that?
Star said, girl, Facebook done kicked me off y'all live and said my comments go against their rules. I'ma just stop now. That's why I be like, we gotta be careful what we be saying when we be kicked off. We is on them.
What was her comment?
Girl, you know Star be going off. But you know how that is.
They get punched in the face. They said bullying. They don't even know what the topic is. They just see keywords.
Look, now she like, well, you need to go see the counselor. Because if you hit me, I'ma counsel you in a whole nother way. Oh, Lord.
You got to leave beat.
Let me stop cussing.
That is so funny. That's why I agree with smaller schools where staff can know the children to recognize a bad day for them. That part. Yeah, that's because you got thousands of kids.
All of these kids to the one student. The ratio is ridiculous.
Yes, you got thousands of kids.
The ratios be off the chart.
It's so crazy.
Why I said 25 students. Yeah.
25 students to one teacher. And everybody had a different morning.
Right.
Think about your morning. If let's say today was a good morning. Let's say yesterday wasn't. Thinking about one person in charge of 25 people's mornings.
That's a lot.
The bus they missed. The cuss out they got. Some people got slapped before they got to school. Come on now, because
they had to wipe their tears to get on the bus with the other kids and act like they ain't hurt or nothing.
Some kids got molested before they got to school. Come on now. Some people are carrying so many things before they arrive to the building, and they waiting for one person.
And it just sets them off.
I eat a teacher too. Like
that part.
Y'all so disrespectful. I'm giving my time.
Slap before she went to work. Like, you never know. Mentally abused. Said she wasn't nothing. And you know, I mean, you just never know.
You never know what people experience before you. And it's so easy to respond. Like, we were taught to respond. We weren't taught to stop, let it sink in. That's why they say it's easier to leave angry words unspoken than to mend a heart those words have broken, right? Say that again. It's easier to leave angry words unspoken than to mend a heart those words have broken. And so sometimes, you know, we take it personal and we just need to sit back and think about what we're thinking and think about what we're saying and respond differently, right? Because even a child that is aggressive is like learning to find ways to de-escalate people. Should be a skill set of a teacher because it's called a tantrum. Kids have tantrums every day, right? Adults have tantrums. I have tantrums in my marriage.
I sure do.
You hear me?
Sure
I had
do.
to learn it was a tantrum, like I said, when I used to be like, listen,
Don't
if I'm mad, we ain't doing it.
Don't
That was a tantrum. I had to realize, I think in them last 5-6 years, that was a temper tantrum. Me saying, because I'm mad, you can no longer be sexually attracted to me. Don't touch me. My feelings are attached to my feelings. When they're not, because you be mad, they get to kissing on you, and you know your feelings are attached to your feelings, and you're going to forget your feelings because you done released, opened up.
You.
So, right.
If I'm mad, I don't want to look at you. I'll be looking all crazy, looking every which way, trying to look in your direction. Because once I look at you, it's over for me. I got to not look at you.
Yeah.
Because if I look into your face, it's over for me.
And so I really think that, yeah, it's real important that, you know, we understand that those are serious roles, right? And so I laugh because I think about it like, man, if I was a teacher and you put your hands on me, I don't think I could be able to refrain myself, but then maybe teachers need that type of training.
Oh, they definitely have to.
You might need that training to deal with, the undealable. Right, because you have loved the unlovable before, so it's like at a certain age, you think that we remember
your child, or you feel like you want to knock their head off. You can't just knock their head off because it's not your child.
That's not your child.
But then when you don't even knock your own child head off, but there's another child, and it's like, who the child?
Yeah, well, you definitely shouldn't be knocking off another child head if you can't
knock off your own child head.
Now I'm gonna have a problem when you got this disrespectful kid. But yet you want to be aggressive. No, work with yours first. So you should be more understanding them, because for the person that don't, bless you, honey, for the person that doesn't knock off their child, they should be the more suitable person for the role.
Unruly child in the classroom. You don't get your head knocked off in the class.
Yeah. And
that's
sometimes
I would love to see it on camera.
Or sometimes you don't get your head spoke life into. That's the problem, right? And so if everything is full with negativity, then it's going to be easier for you to pop off. If everything is full with anger, pain, negative talk, then that's what you're going to feel up. That's what's going to come out.
That's what's going to come out.
So,
that's what's all in you.
So like an aggressive,
so
an aggressive kid is probably seeing an aggressive lifestyle, right? That's how people deal. When I was looking at what's the girl? God damn, it's Blueface and Krishan Rock. That's what her name is. But you can understand that there's an aggressive nature in her from when you see her mother, her brother, all of them show up. You say, okay, she learned aggressive. She didn't just get into a relationship and become aggressive. She woke up like that, right? She was bred in that environment. So when you got the people that are bred in an environment where they are aggressive, is because they learned that's how you deal with your issues. If you find somebody who learned that we don't raise our voice, right? Yeah. This is how we communicate. Then that's the skill set. So when we are in school and classes, we realize that these are still learned behaviors. It's not in your DNA, it's in your CNA. And so that's what they see. They see that when somebody is not responding the way you respond, then you attack. If somebody is not hearing what you're saying, then you have a right to disrespect them. But that is what was taught by how we communicate with each other, right? And so we're breeding up these type of kids that go out and have this energy and think that it's okay to disrespect another adult. That's in the rearing and the parenting and the understanding. But if you're not respecting your parents at home, you ain't definitely gonna respect, the people at school. So it's like, it's just a village. It's so much village work that has to be done for it to be fair on both sides, because I can't expect the teacher to sit there and get beat up on. But if it was my kid, I wouldn't want an adult to beat up on my child. So it's something that you can be in both. You can sit in both places and build a bridge by managing how teachers react and managing how your child performs. So, it's like
it's a teamwork.
It's a teamwork. Yeah.
That's why when issues arise in school, it's like we need to all sit together. I'll be wanting the child included, but sometimes they be acting like the child can't be included.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, I need all of us to sit together because we try to resolve an issue because all of us are involved. And it's like, well, we can't really do that because the child, then you need day parent. Bring them all in here because we need to resolve this. Remember we was going through that?
When I went with
thing, and we was trying to get. They was like, no, we can't bring that child because she. Yeah. And it's like if the other parent ain't present, or even willing to be, then they can't be a part of the thing. So it's like. That's why I say it takes a village to resolve things, especially when it comes to these kids. Especially when to let them know there's an adult here that cares and want to understand and get the problem resolved. Yeah. But for the both of y'all, I'm trying to understand what's the problem. Because we sure don't want. Let me see. Yeah. Thank you.
Good hubbies.
So yeah, it takes a village. And Star says, and that's the thing. If one of my children swung at me, I'm a whoop on them. Yeah. That part.
That's the thing. And most times, and if they don't call 911, you will stay home. But if they call 911, you go to jail.
Don't leave no marks in the kids.
And I'm just saying, at the end of
for you, fans.
It's a new time, so you gotta find words.
These kids will call 911. It ain't like back in the day, okay? What goes on in this house stays in this house. These kids have no.
You gotta try to make
with that.
You gotta make them feel you with the words. You gotta make them feel you in there.
You gotta hurt them in their head, in their mind. You gotta have their mind.
You gotta have their mind right.
So when you talk, they cry from you just talking because it hurts them.
You remember that time when I came in and we was up in the loft and you and her and Cece Bell, my goddaughter, that's my first goddaughter. She was in there and she was just in her feelings and we had that talk and she brought and I came. So of course I'm gonna come. That's godmama. Y'all know the call godmama when we need a mediator. And I'm gonna make everybody be heard, right? But Kia kept on going back and forth with her. And she was like a brick. And then when I began to talk, she just started to just cry and Kia's looking like, what's she crying for? And it's like, sometimes it's the words. And when you use the right words,
I know how to.
She didn't know how to, get to her because, and then I can take it as it's a gift, right? Because even with the kids, I laugh at Ray Vaughn because Ray Vaughn just be like, when you talk, something. As much as I get on Chef Ron knows, he'll call me with somebody on the phone like, can you talk to them right quick? And he'd be like, boy, it's just, she has a way of using parables. I don't know. So when you speak like that, like it, all of that tough exterior, she just broke wide open. And so it's like there's this thing inside of them that they so busy trying to protect, and you could hit them. But then it just makes them tougher and more guarded and more angry. But if you speak to them, oh my God, they open themselves, they unlock in a way that makes them so vulnerable that now they don't want to disappoint you. Mm-hmm. You don't want them to want to get back at you or show you when they arrive one day. You want them to get a feeling of security so they don't want to disappoint you. And so in doing that is a whole better level than fear. Remember, that's fear. Mm-hmm. So when we embed fear in them, we unconsciously produce the results of doubt and don't and all these other stuff unconsciously because we want them to understand. But when we speak life into them, then we produce a level of faith. So in the moment, instead of them feeling like, oh, everything ain't going to work, it's now you're going to think of, right. It's not that I don't understand. Matter of fact, let me tell you how much I understand. Let me expose myself. Transparency. So when you be doing all of that, it definitely changes the way they listen, the way they hear. I think that even in that class, that's why for the 6 weeks, they were always on time because I chose the first day to see that.
They was ready for that class.
The first day when y'all told me that they this, that, and I wanted to debunk every lie they said about them kids, and I did. And those people came back was like, I cannot believe the type of kids they are. You know why? Because you do the opposite. Everybody's doing that. Yeah. Who's doing something different? We've all been raised that if you do that, yeah, help me out. We all been raised that if you say that, you gonna get it. But who hugged you? Who loved you? Who said, you know what? I done got some things wrong too. Let me tell you, I just got this thing right. So let me help you out. Let me help you out. When in doubt, let me help you out. And so I think that it definitely, you're gonna reach that kid with love and being like, you know what? You don't have to be that. Are you okay? I bet you if that teacher was like, are you okay?
Kill him with kindness.
Let me talk to you in the hallway, okay? I don't need to talk to you in front of everybody. I don't need to disrespect you. I don't need to make you feel less than you did when you got here. Let me talk, because that's ego. And bad enough, I gotta listen to all these other people. I ain't listening to you, so now I gotta prove to them, because right now I need to be seen. And I'll be seen anyway. That's even like bad kids. They'll do whatever.
He goes with these kids and don't let another child hype them up. Oh, you gonna let her? Oh, that.
Oh my God.
That be the worst.
They get you set up to get beat up.
Crunk, and they be instigating all the time because kids are the worst. Oh, you gonna let her? Yo, you'll be like,
they are the worst.
What?
They are the worst.
Mollywopped. Listen.
Oh, that's Amy.
What is that? It's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Mama Faye says, I love teaching, but really don't want to go to jail. And children seem to have good home training. Oh, it seems to not have good home training cause parents trying to give what they wanted and didn't get. I think so. I think that's true too.
Yeah.
How many of us suffer from that? Yeah. Trying to fix what we thought was broken, and then you find out that it actually wasn't broken. It was a balancing act, right? It was a figuring it out. So it is true, and not even, I don't even think is that even that trying to give them what they wanted and didn't get. Absolutely, and a lot of that ends up being you working for stuff and not understanding time. Time is the one commodity we don't get back. Stuff are the things that we can't take.
Getting to really know the child and understanding the child. Yeah, you can't suffice that with stuff. Stuff is just stuff.
Stuff is just stuff.
And that still doesn't let you get to know the child. I mean, it's just like throwing money at something. Yeah. Versus fixing the problem. And that's how you fixing it, but it's not fixing it.
But it's not fixing it, yeah.
It's just a temporary get on up out of here. Get on up out of here.
It's so
and the problem still exists.
Because I think the thing that kids need more a day, they got more stuff, but they got less time. See, back in the day, you had less stuff, but you had more time. And the quality of what was being produced was way more efficient and sufficient because stuff we can't take with us. Yep. Stuff will only make us want
and them
more.
Shoes and all of that, they're going to be too small for their feet. And you done spent $200-$300 just because you was trying to be the good parent or the nice parent or the whatever, and they still bad as hell.
No, she's talking about, let's be honest. What words do you find if one of your children swung at you? Oh, no, you wouldn't find no words.
What words do you find?
No, I think she was saying, because when I was talking about, you got to find a way to
pour into them and talk
pour into them. I'm saying, no, there are no.
Them hands
at that point, y'all had not used the right words. The communication was already gone if your kid even think they could swing at you. So, yeah, that would be before the escalation, because if your child swung at you is that idea that what Bill Cosby said, I brought you in this world, I bring you out. I gave you life. It's a different attitude.
There's a problem
attached to that because their life.
The parent that there's a issue when a child even can throw a punch at their parent. That's when that part comes in before. For the child to even know I don't care how angry you get. That's not what we do. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's that before work for the child mentally to even think to swing on the parent.
And let's say with your scenario, Star, if your child tries to swing on you, when you swing back, you're swinging out of a knowing. See, the worst thing we could do is swing and not know. The kid could have came up to you, you might have said A, B, C in the third, it triggered them, they get aggressive and come at you, and you find out that their mama just died, right? You don't actually know what led up to them. I'm talking about from the teacher perspective. Mm-hmm. From the parent perspective, I'm raising you. I'm putting up for, I know to an extent what I'm giving. And so it's like, how dare you? Who you think you are? There's a different arrogance to that one. There's a different, a different ownership to that ass whooping, right? But as a teacher, you don't know what that day looked like. As a teacher, you don't know what that child looks like. So it has to have the removal of thinking like, how can you? You don't know how they fight at their house. You don't know if kids are okay, if kids and adults are fighting. And some people's house, aunts and nieces, people are fighting each other, and that's normal. That's what they do to express how they go. So if you don't know their structure, then we respond from our structure. So like I said, if you're a teacher, you know you have a responsibility, you know you can't hit, the kid come to hit you. And it is hard to be obedient. It is hard to stand in boundaries, but that's the job, right? As a cop, we're saying, I don't care how scared you are, the black man. As a job, you must be within boundaries. And if you assert your things, then it's a problem. So you don't get away with, because I was scared, I shot them. That's not how. So you understand that we can relate it to that. Once you take a position as a teacher, then you have a different authority. As a parent, listen, it is what it is. I'm raising you, I'm doing this. And so this is how you're accustomed to. As a teacher, it's different only because you have a responsibility and you do not know the condition of the student that you're dealing with. And so your state of mind is saying kids are just, don't be disrespectful, or going by what you're used to. And when we want people to have our perspective when they haven't walked in our shoes, it does create a level of misunderstanding. So I'm just saying, as a teacher, that's your job. You're saying that I'm equipped to not only teach, but learn how to deal with your children. And sometimes they may have behavior issues. So that's you studying to be ready and prepared. So if I see that there's a lot of aggressive kids, it's like, okay, what can I do to keep the tension down in my classroom? That would be your job, right? Conflict resolution. Right, there you go. So I'm just saying, it's you took a position, so then you have a different responsibility than somebody else. So if I say that the cop can't just get in their feelings because, you running at me, so I'm going, no, you have to restrain them and find ways
to cuff somebody. Punch you in
because
the face,
let's say you
gonna shoot them?
Let's say you a big bad chick, which you probably are compared to the kid. They come at you, you hit them wrong, they fall, they hit the desk, they die. What do you say then? I had authority because you was a child and came. No, you're going to jail. And now you're going to rest in like the drunk driver syndrome, who was drunk, didn't mean to kill a person because they was out of it, but now they got to live with the tragedy because of how they responded. So I'm saying that our normal reaction is to respond with that energy. But when you're in certain position, isn't it your responsibility to be better than who you're teaching? You got to be better than the student. If you on their level, then who are we really? What are we really teaching, right? And so it's easier to say, harder to do, but I think it's a different responsibility towards dealing with your child and dealing with somebody else's child. Your child, you did it. You did, that's what it is. But their child, you don't know. You really don't know why. You don't know their why. You don't understand it. So yeah. But it's trying to create an environment where it's not smoke. You can create an environment that there ain't no smoke.
Smoke begins.
I'm trying to tell you. You can create a peaceful environment. You really can. It's all in your energy. You come in, hey y'all, how y'all doing? No, if you coming in like you got a freaking attitude, they don't want to be here either. Let's talk about the real thing because energy begets energy. Come on now. So your energy gonna beget my energy. I don't know that they were a victim. Every teacher in the equation, but I can't see. I ain't never heard the sweet, nice teacher get stole off on. They get a lot of stuff on what is it? Teacher Appreciation Week. You get the love. I'm just saying that energy of peace and that you're gonna get different results.
Faith said that's when the child learns the streets you grow up in.
Yeah.
Oh, they gonna learn today. I'm from the east side.
Good morning, Arthur L.
I ain't from that suburbs.
Good morning to you.
Do you know who I am? I grew up in the projects. Beat up today. I
forgot we stocked our coffee. That's what
Oh, you forgot?
I just remembered.
Good morning, Arthur
my taste buds.
Good morning.
What Mama Faye say?
She said the other side of this struggle is the systematic institutional rules that have taken parenting away from parents, leaving these children unaware of the consequences of their actions until it's too late.
Yeah.
That right there. You can't even be a parent. These kids, that's why I said.
But you know what I think.
You can't leave no marks in them.
But that's another thing I want to say. We have taught abuse as if it's good. As if to teach, to say that to hit you is the results. It's the same indoctrination. So they took the right of you, maybe because people took advantage
took it too far.
of spare the rod, spoil the child.
Yeah.
People allow parents, let's be clear, allow their frustrations from life and what don't go right and what do go right, and that energy becomes a part of the kid's life, and then it became abuse. So things had to be created because problems was created, because people weren't doing the work, and people were treating the kids not as God's precious little people, right? We were making your problems, my problems, your problems. So then somebody had to come in to regulate, right? How we think that we teach people to respect us by the fist, right? So they didn't take your right to communicate with your kid. They didn't take your right to show loving ways of operating. They didn't take your right to teach them how to deal in situations where everything maybe not be going in the way you want it to go. They didn't take those rights. They took your right to hit them. They did not take your right to raise them. They did not take your right to parent them. They did not take your right to inspire them, to influence them. The only thing they took your right to do was discipline with an iron fist. There are other ways to discipline kids without beating them. When your kids are growing up and they hit the socket, you pop them because you want them to know pain, ouch. You're not going to take them and whoop them with
hot water.
Right.
That's abuse.
There's certain things.
To teach them a hard lesson. How much of a lesson do you need to teach them? How severe does the lesson need to be?
Because it becomes internalized. It becomes internalized.
I think you went a little too far. Yeah. The anger and the aggression turns it from a punch to a real black eye.
Yeah.
That's just something that you need to learn to control your anger.
Yeah. They did not take the system of loving them. They didn't take the system.
Your child. They didn't take away you disciplining your child. It's from you abusing your child. Yeah. It's a difference. It's a difference.
Because I'm definitely raising my child in the same we got 5 kids and we raise them in the same system as everybody else. And there is a way to deal without killing their being, their self-esteem, making them angry.
And people was whipped as slaves. When you leaving welts on them and marks on them, come on now. Would you want that? Put yourself discipline. Everybody has aggression and rage and all of that. And the child is going through that same aggression and rage, and that's they lashing out. But you as the parent got to understand the
Mhm.
control. You are older. You are more mature. You understand frustration.
Mhm.
It's a difference of a frustrated mentally state of a child that's not truly mature as a grown adult yet. But you as a grown adult understand, you should understand all of that, and you know how far to take it.
Yeah.
You got to learn to control that. Now, I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you I'm bigger and stronger than you, but at what cost? The black eye?
Right.
Or the extension cord where I'm just hauling off on you? I mean, what's the lesson?
What's the lesson?
What's the real? I mean, I'm just knowing, I don't want that beating again. I don't want the bumps on my back bleeding.
Right,
Like, how do you look at your child like that? I don't know. But
it happens. It happens. And so it's like, yeah, if everybody could go back and remember a moment, like, we could have dealt with that situation way better than that.
Yes, because once you get from being so frustrated, piping hot, steaming, you sit back and you be like, damn.
And them kids are angry in the street. Them kids that get beat up on, they angry in the street. And then you got a problem here, a problem there, a problem there, because it's trapped. They getting their ass beat and they can't do nothing. How mad does that make you? There are men that are disrespectful to women to this day because of how their mama beat up on them and made that a way of training them. And so now you train that now you see in that memory because so it didn't build character. It actually robbed them of their character. It taught them this is how you react. And all of these reactions got people in jail. They got them hurt. That's the systematic thing that robbed us of the history we could have had.
Like abuse.
Inflicting pain on each other from generation to generation that everybody is growing up with them same scars. That's the systematic thing.
Keeping the system going.
Yeah.
You seen your mom or dad hit on each other, the man abusing the wife or the wife abusing the woman.
You doing it again.
So now you older and you know that's how you keep him in line. You don't like something or you frustrated, you whoop that ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you hit him. You told Harpo to beat me. Come on now. You do what you saw being done. And that's how you do it. And that's not it.
Yeah.
So you gotta come.
Ain't nobody never called nobody on no spanking. They do call on a beating, and that's a difference. So that is the only time when it becomes a problem. So yeah, you should have spanked them when they was little. Then you wouldn't have to beat them when they was a teenager. You gotta be in it the whole time. Because with time, that's what I'm saying. Time you don't get back. They are aging. And because you're busy in the first 5 years and now today, and so you're going to get the results of the time you didn't have. And so now you're going to have to fix it on the back end. You're going to fix it on the front end or you're going to fix it on the back end, but it's still about time. The time you take to explain, to nurture, to grow is going to decide the fruit, right? They can say you can tell the tree by the fruit it bears. So it's got a process. It got to go through the pruning, got to go through all of that stuff in order for it to be good.
You see the fruit by the tree, by the fruit it bears, right? But don't come at the end trying to now see the child when you ain't see the child all that time because that's how you saw the child, angry and beaten. You gotta see them the whole way through so that you build relationships with them. The kids are lashing out because they don't have the ones that's closest to them that they have to go through to every day have relations. They have outside people that have relationships with them. So the people inside is like, you don't know me. You don't even get to know me. You don't know what I like. You don't know how I'm doing. You don't know. You don't ask me nothing. You tell me everything. You know what I mean? So
that part.
That's the thing about it. So when these kids are going to school and now they just disrespecting the teachers because their parents and mothers and wives too, they don't give a damn.
Nope. Not one ding dang dang.
So they gonna talk to you any kind of way, hit you too, because you go in that room and be like, oh, I wish I could just, you'll be so mad at your parents.
You'll be so mad at your parents. Ooh. And you just be grunting and groaning and complaining and just I can't wait to leave. Like that's no way to leave.
That's not how you want to.
So you gonna go into the world with anger because you feel misunderstood. The only reason why people are angry is because they don't feel understood. They don't feel seen. They don't feel heard. You know what I mean? And then they don't feel respected.
They don't have a voice.
So they looking for their respect in the world. They're looking to be understood in the world. And so they're going to explain it loud and proud until you get it. So yeah, I think it just creates so many more things that are less viable to where they are headed, right? And so I think that being able to find ways to impress yourself upon the children is important. And so sometimes we just do what we're used to doing, but studying requires you do something different. That's harder. It's easy to just do what's been done, but you got to get in a whole nother lane and study a whole nother method. A whole nother method in order to get different results. So insanity is doing the same thing, getting different results. So if it's getting worse and worse and worse, right? Only thing that I think is constant is the lack of communication that clearly people are having with each other. That's it, right? So it's like, remember when. And if parents go from the when I was your age perspective, oh my God, you'll be in a way more vulnerable place.
Think of the grown adult you are and what you wish could have been different when you was a child. Because I believe, I don't know, but I think every adult now could reflect back on their childhood and just wish something with parenting or however they reacted with their mom or dad could have been just a little different.
Yeah.
Or if they could have just did this with me, or if they could have just, and now you this grown adult and you still have memories and thinking of things like that. You now get a chance to do something different with your kids, because those kids are going to get older and be grown adults and be like, my mom or my dad, or, you know, they ain't do this, or I wish they would have, you know, because then when they have kids, memories don't forget nothing. Like, you know, so you always put yourself back to that child when you was young, and the things that happened with you with your parents that they didn't do, whatever. You get a chance to now when you have those little kids to make a difference, and they like, what is their story going to be as they're getting older? How can you change the narrative of their memories and what they possibly are going to say right now that you're, you know, making those things happen when as they get older? They're going to say what? You get to change that right now. You get to create those memories right now. So it's just being conscious of that.
It's planting the right seeds, because in what you sow, so shall you reap. And so if you sow pain, pain is going to come out. If you sow fear, fear is going to come out. You know, if you sow, I guess, authority, authority is going to come out. But then the opposite, right? If you sow love, love is going to grow out. If you sow understanding, understanding is going to come out. If you sow faith, faith is going to come out. If you sow just whatever it is that you put in, just know that eventually it's going to come out. And sometimes in parents, it come out, and when they least expect it, it comes out when it embarrasses you. Right? So now you're embarrassed. It's like the person that's cussing at home, and then the kids are young before they know the difference between a good word and a bad word. See, because when they teenagers, now you can be free because you're at a different stage of them. They understand right from wrong. But see, when you are cussing and they're young, you can't get in the street and be embarrassed when they cuss, because you cuss. So why don't parents be like, oh my God, I can't believe, don't be ashamed, because God is always watching. And if you thought that you didn't want them to hear those words, then why did you speak those words? If it wasn't good enough for them to be out in the world using the same words in which you use at home, you shouldn't have no shame on that, because you use it freely. So it's that idea that they are sponges. And so what you put out, they're going to grab. And when you least suspect it, it's going to come out, because what's in you going to come out. And then you're going to have to sit and say, well, take accountability.
No, Johnny, don't say mommy's bad words.
Say it all the time. I saw a video where the little girl was like, yes, mommy. What did she say? Mommy, right. I'm not going to use that word no more. And when I go in my room, you know the video I'm talking about when that little girl was like, yeah, motherfucker. She kept on saying, the grandma was like, you better not. She said, okay, grandma, I'm not going to use that word. And mommy's not going to use that word no more when she's in the room and I'm in my room and she's like 3 years old and I could just hear it. So if mommy stops saying it, then I won't even know how to say it. And it was so innocent.
What did you say? She said, I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not
She
gonna
said,
say
"Don't say it."
it. Don't say it.
She said, "Okay, I'm not gonna say motherfucker."
I'm not gonna
She
say it.
was like, "Didn't I say those?" And she said, "See, that's why."
That
Did
part.
the other kids say it too? She said,
Yes. Well,
she said, or only you said it. No, the
everybody
other kids
said it
too.
So the little girl got in trouble for using the word at school, and so
I said,
when they were disciplining her at home, I don't know who decided to record it, but her reaction was so organic, like,
the kids.
so it's a bad.
Mommy says
Mommy
it all the
says
time,
it
so
all the
maybe if
time.
she stopped,
So
so
she
Mommy
wasn't
have to
saying
start
it. I
saying
was. So she's saying, Grandma, you talking to the wrong person here. You need to be talking to your child who taught me that word.
I learned that word.
I learned that word from her.
I gotta be holding my ears so I won't hear all these bad words. When I went to school, I said it.
It came out.
And now all the other kids started saying
She's like, she's not gonna say it no more, but it's kind of exciting everybody. I'm kind of liking the attention I'm getting when I use that word because everybody is responding.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
So did I pick one yesterday, huh? So you want me to pick one today? So we're gonna do a
prayers and
prayers for mothers. So since we talking about
because I don't see no men
parenting
teachers getting mollywopped. I don't see no men getting tested. I only see the women.
I thought this was a good topic. I hope that Michelle gets to watch the replay. Thank you so much for that topic. I think it went in so many different directions like we always do. Yeah. So thought it was a great topic. It made us touch on so many different things. So I hope you enjoy the replay because I know you're at work, but we caught you yesterday. So I hope you catch the replay later.
Ooh, truth.
Y'all
keep the topics coming.
Keep the topics coming.
All right.
We're going to let y'all go after this.
I opened the book to truth. When he, the spirit of truth, comes, he will guide you into all the truth. John 16:13. The very essence of your words is truth. All your just regulations will stand forever. Psalms 119:160. If you abide in my word, you are my disciplines indeed. Disciples, girl. Discipline. Well, I'm
girl, need discipline. Honey, y'all need discipline.
I'm gonna read that one again. If you abide in my word, you are my disciples indeed. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Unite my heart to fear your name. God, you are truth. Everything you've said or done is honest, right, and good. Because you are truth, I want to value it as I value you. Point out the lies I tell myself, replacing them with truth. Stop me before a dishonest or harsh word leaves my mouth, giving me the most loving way to say instead what is true. Starting at this very moment, let me love the truth. What steps can you take to be more truthful in your everyday life?
Oh, that's good. I think that is very good. And so that I guess the question is, what is the truth in how we respond when we're dealing with kids? Is it the truth that we were taught? And so we're just reciprocating? Is it a truth of understanding? Is it a truth of audacity, right? Because that's a lot of the stuff, right? It's like, kids, y'all got the audacity. So the question is, what is your truth when you are dealing and we are raising our children? Right. Are we living in a state of truth from our pain or from our power? That's the real question.
And being truthful on how we're raising these kids, so they're not. It's not our kids are not one of those kids lashing out and trying to be hitting a teacher, right? Because it's somebody's child.
Yeah.
So are we being truthful in our parenting with our own kids so that they would never be one of those kids to any other grown adult at any point in time?
Oh, so that was a good. I guess Chef Ron was reading the comments, and that's what we was talking about. He said the system don't get your kids until a minimum of 4 years, so you gotta be the first teacher. That part, and that's exactly what we was talking about. You have the time and the opportunity. You gotta just make the time. You gotta instill the things that you want instilled in them. And I tell you, They're gonna have a different attitude, a different energy, a different way of moving, and so you can find ways to inspire and empower them way before, because that's when they absorb the most. They absorb the most. They say in the first 5 years, first 4 years to 5 years, they absorb everything.
Love is patient. Love is kind.
So we got to love on our kids and teach them, healthy ways to communicate.
That part.
Because as much as it's easier to grab you up, it takes time, love, and patience to have a hard conversation and build a bridge. That's harder to do. Grabbing you and just fearing you into it is easy, but when you fear,
yelling at you, that's easy.
But once you instill fear in them, it's gonna become a natural state, and they will live their life
building the
in
bridge
that
of
energy,
understanding, and love, and concern, and care.
All that good
is
stuff.
What they really need before it turns into the physical.
That part. So here we go, you guys. We are going to get our I am, and then we're going to let you go. Chef Ron, I'm so mad you missed it because I know you would have had a lot to say. Mm-hmm. But, you can say it on a replay. Or we could, you could come on tomorrow. You know how we like to pre-cap from yesterday's cap. So in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the Corbin Conversations, we recap the last night. So if you get in here on time, you get the moments you missed when you came late.
That part.
Okay,
ready?
So I am. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Whatever that it was looking at me. So let's see. What do we need to hear? Oh, I got them nails on today, y'all. I am talented and I am unique.
Right now.
So I guess with this topic, because we was asking, is it okay for the teachers to fight your kids? So I guess the whole point is understanding that when you get the role, whoop your kids, man, or the police will.
I can't.
Anyway.
Either way, they're going to get whooped.
Either way, they're going to get whooped. But like I said, you can instill in your kids in a way that when you pull out their talent, when you pull out their gifts, when you pull out the things that make them unique, it gives them a sense of confidence where they're not fighting for the wrong attention. Sometimes kids will take whatever attention that they're willing to give. That's why you see the kid that always got in trouble. They're going to keep on getting in trouble because whatever I got to do for you to see me, I'm going to do it. Sometimes if you are always celebrating the good stuff, you have the kids that are going out of their way to go through all these accolades because they want to be seen and celebrated, right? And so you can, as Chef Ron said, whoop your kids. But as I say, in the same breath, you are instilling fear, you are instilling trauma, you are instilling, pain. You are still in pain in them. And the results of that is how they walk in resentment. That's the best. That's the word I'm looking for.
Because when you get older, it's resentment.
Yes. So you should, like you said, in the first 4 years, if you spank your kids, you won't have to beat your kids. You have to beat your kids because those little pops, those little lessons that you could have gave them to get them to understand without actually assault. Because once you whooping, you assaulting. And the older they get, the more it hurts their ego, right? Or their, as they say, she-go, right? So you got to remember that you are building, and at the same time, if you are beaten, you can be destroying the very thing that you're building. Is an oxymoron.
Gotta have a balance.
Because you're teaching communication. They can't go in the world and beat everybody into submission. It will cost them their freedom. So if you don't teach them better ways to deal with their emotions, if they know every time that something ain't right, you beat, then that's still a lesson that you're teaching. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't spank them and whoop them. But if you are crossing lines where it's causing resentment and now they are outwardly in the world too aggressive, the police gonna get them anyway. Because a lot of them people that got by the police are angry people who felt misunderstood. Remember that. So there's levels to that.
Yes.
There's levels to it.
Yes.
You have to give them balance. Let them be wild home and straight while in school. That part.
Let them be.
That part. Because let me tell you, when you let them come in and be themselves and be free, oh yeah, they act right. They act real right. Let's see his last thing, because he's gonna get his stains off.
Like My kids fight like cats and dogs at home, but when they are out, they know how to hold it together. You got them strict rules at home. Then when they get out of the house, they wild out like a dog off a leash that they've been on for 2 weeks. See what they do?
I think that's a good point. That is actually a good point. What did Jalen say? Oh, we get to be free.
Honey. Oh yeah, they totally free. Bouncing off the walls, honey.
Bouncing off the walls. This furniture don't mean nothing, honey. It's time to get replaced. Then they go into the age where now they all mature and they sit still. So now when we get the furniture for this next season, it'll last longer. But yes,
work on it.
Stuff didn't have as much value as what mattered the most. So yeah. But let me tell you something. Our house is the great debaters. Everybody has a voice. Even Take now. Get to yelling and bucking and fussing when we debate. Yeah. So the freedom of the tongue exists in my house, and because of that, I think that they are very they're very free kids. I'm very proud of them.
Don't get them mad because they gonna be like, oh Lord, don't get them mad. They gonna wild out. You think they sweet and innocent, then they be like, oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Well, this has been such an amazing conversation. Once again, shout out to Queen Michelle Robertson for giving us this amazing topic yesterday. Can't wait for you to enjoy the replay. I hope we gave it some justice and spoke from the points that probably you would have.
Too when you do see the replay. We definitely want to hear from you since you came up with the topic.
And once again, we got some topics now in, even though tomorrow is hot topic, so it don't even matter. But if while you're reading, you think of something that you would like to talk about on Coffee and Conversations, please put it inside the comments, and your topic could be next. Okay,
yes,
you never know. These topics, you never know. So as always, remember that it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print, because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, and the soul print, it tells us what you got right, and what God got right is you. So remember, we don't compete, but we complete. And the difference between them two words is an L, and the L stands for love, and love grows everything. So remember that you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Listen, the ability in which you could respond, you should respond, because you have an measurement, right? Everybody has their own measurement level of what you can add. That part. What was our words for today? I am unique and I am talented. Don't you ever forget that. So when you're trying to deal and grow to different levels, remember that you are unique, which means you're one of a kind, and you have a talent that's unparalleled. So once you figure out those two things, then you have the power to change anything for the better.
Situation.
Anything. Okay? So wait.
Ron says, I never had to go to the school in 21 years other than getting rewards, and they all 5 have maintained a 3.5 or higher.
Yes, they have.
Look at that, parents.
All 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but all 5. Even the boys. You know how they be like, oh, boys are different. Oh, boys, they are the top scholars. They're like, they up there.
The boys.
They are like A student, and they 6, 7, 8. I mean, you know, I'm just proud of them all. We proud of them all. But yes, we have
parenting.
That was what it is.
Results.
2 is always better than 1.
That part.
It's how you sow into them. It's the results you're going to get out of them. So we spend less time beating and more time speaking. And the result is they want to make us proud more than they're afraid of us. So I think that we tackled that, and I'm proud of us for that. So we love you guys.
Love you guys.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow morning, and don't
forget to wake up and make today count. Mwah.
See you in the morning.
Love grows everything, so love yourself
first.
You owe it to yourself, y'all. Now, love them kids, too, now.
Love on them babies.
Love on you so that you can love on them better. Got that? You take care of you.
Fill you up so you can feel